So I'll set the stage and Jack can jump in. 04, we lose the championship to Kurt Busch by a spot.
6 points.
A spot basically on track. I guess 2 spots on track, depending on the old point system and how that played out.
Yeah.
05, we're in the championship running again, racing Tony Stewart for the championship. We have an issue with the right rear tire and a crash, and Tony Stewart has a pretty poor night for his standards, which left us in this headspace of like we had a shot at it. So in our eyes, we had 2 opportunities slip away, and you just never know how many looks you're going to get at the championship. So that frustration of being so close was really the foundation of the frustration and anger. And this was, I don't know, maybe the week after Homestead, and we were just angry and mad, and both of us had spoken to Rick and evidently acted like a baby or a kid, and it led Rick to that to the idea for that meeting, and he called us in. After Rick truly demanded us to eat cookies and to drink the milk, because okay, fine, we break the cookie. He's like, no, eat the cookie. Will you take a bite? He's like, no, take a bigger bite. Now drink the milk. Oh boy, this is...
Or drink some lime juice. That's exactly what this is.
And so Rick keeps pushing us to get into the experience, and then gives us both a chance to kind of air what's on our minds. And then we honestly got into a real conversation in many ways, and no joke, we left that meeting and changed our course in how we worked, the way Chad, and I don't want to speak for you, but and I'll let you do this because I keep taking the microphone right now, but we went in a different direction. And then 06 takes place, we come out of the gate, we win Daytona 500, win our first championship, win the next championship, on and on and on. So I think there was a lot of weight in that meeting that we had.
Yeah, there was. It was a really tough time for me. We had such a steep trajectory, and really thought that we should have won the championship by then. I mean, we had a very good opportunity to win the championship in 2002, our very first year.
That's right.
And when I sat in that meeting, I'll be frank, and I'll tell you, I walked out of that meeting and I remember it vividly. I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed at the fact that Mr. Hendrick had to sit us down, 2 grown men with the opportunity of a lifetime, and we were sitting there just letting it go away. And at that point, I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm gonna take the advice of a man who has mentored us and give us an opportunity and change the structure of the 48 team. And we worked diligently that whole off season of the 2005-2006 year. We worked on giving the engineers more skin in the game. We worked on putting more emphasis on the engineers, on the car chief, Ron Malik, giving everybody a little bit more tangible interest in the team as opposed to me doing it all. I was building the shocks, I was setting up the cars, I was putting the bodies on the cars, I was doing it all prior to that, and we had had a tremendous amount of success. Yeah. But it was very selfish for me to go through that. And I was embarrassed after I sat there with Mr. Hendrick, and I came out and I vowed that I was going to do it differently. And trust me, I made a lot of mistakes after that, right? But that did set the foundation of where we were going to be in the future.
It's interesting you think you were selfish, because from my standpoint, I thought you were overworked.
Yeah.
And ultimately, I guess there's a combination of both, but I just thought he had the shortest fuse. He was so overworked. He was covering so much territory. And then we got comfortable delegating to different folks, empowering more people. I think it gave him a much wider bandwidth to really run and operate the team on a different level, and then the championships just started coming.
Last question.